Hey everyone, I just thought I'd put out a quick video. I've never done anything like this before, but just with everything going on, I've just been noticing that there's a hell of a lot of fear getting around for obvious reasons. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because there's a lot of people that are struggling out there because of things that have actually happened as a result of this pandemic. And so fear actually can really take hold of a lot of people, and one of the main things that actually happens is it puts us in a state where we suppress our ability to be able to think rationally and think logically. So when an event actually happens, like say we lose our job, we then react to it in a certain way that doesn't serve us. Whereas if we're not in a fear-based mentality, then we're going to be able to respond to it a little bit better. And the other thing that fear actually does is it makes us become selfish, and we've all seen it, on clips that you see, on TV and things like that of people kind of doing crazy things in shopping centres, and it puts us in this state where we want to win, and in order for that to happen, we don't care if other people lose. So it's a whole separatist mentality that just becomes apparent amongst the community. So what can we actually do in order to get around this fear? Because a lot of people they live in this state, and it's kind of like a reptilian brain sort of state where it's like survival, and all we're doing is looking after ourselves. So what can we actually do? Well, this is just my opinion, and it has worked for me over the last few years and for a lot of people around the world. But the less we actually focus on the future and really thinking about potential outcomes of the future and focus more on the present moment right now, and I'm talking about this exact moment right now, the more that we're going to be able to transcend fear and anxiety. Because anxiety is just the fear of events in the future. So your mind will construe up 80,000 thoughts every single day, and a lot of those just aren't true, and they don't serve us, and they're kind of creating worst case scenarios, which then puts us in a loop of anxiety. So people are trapped in this state, and they can't get out of it. So I know it sounds cliche, just get in the present moment. I used to think the same thing, but ways that we can actually do this doesn't necessarily have to be something like meditation. It can be something as simple as going for a walk and actually using all your five senses to take in what's around you. And if you're around nature, if you're lucky enough to be around nature, which I'd highly recommend in a time like this, it's going to always bring you back to the present moment because it just lives on, right? You'll be walking down the street, you'll see birds flying by, you'll feel the wind, on your skin, you'll see nature unfolding, you'll see flowers, you'll see things like that, and everything just goes on, even though we're in this pandemic. Another thing that I like to do is just when you've got an opportunity, if you've got some children or you've got a partner, just really be with them in the moment and really listen to them intently, and that will also bring you back to the present moment. Obviously, some of you like to meditate as well, so. Look, these are all things that will really help you in a time like this. And I just think sometimes we can find opportunities in times that are seemingly negative as well. So if you, let's just say you're in a state where you might have lost your job and you're forced to be at home, for example, if you're in self-isolation, then look at this as an opportunity to actually just sit still for a bit, have a reflection. What's going on in your life in the last few years and what's not serving you anymore? Because I'm sure there's a lot of things that you were actively involved in before this virus outbreak and you didn't really like it, or it wasn't really feeling, like it resonated with you. So it's a time to really look at that. And it's also a time to reach out to your friends and your family and people that you know in your community and maybe not physically reach out to them, but maybe give them a call and just see how they're going, because there's going to be people out there that are more inclined to, they just really want to be in control of the future, and that's just their kind of personality type, and that's just them. So they're going to struggle a lot more than those who actually are willing to just go with the flow and just see how things turn out. So maybe these people might be seen as being in a crazy state, or being arrogant, or being stressful, or whatever, but they're probably just struggling internally, and they might just need you to give them a call. So make sure you reach out to everyone, say hi, look after each other, and yeah, hope you got something out of that. Cheers.